Hello, my name is Albert Leach. I'm from the state of North Carolina, and today we're going to talk about the history of cinematography. So let's begin by looking at some of our early versions of cameras. Louis Prince built the first known camera in 1888 that still exists in the National Media Museum. He was the first person to patent a camera using celluloid film. The next person we're going to talk about is Thomas Alva Edison. That was part of one of the inventors of the motion picture camera. His idea that motion could be captured by having one camera that would take repeated pictures at high speed, and a new celluloid film developed by George Eastman for use as still photography that proved available to Edison's proposed camera. In Edison's mind, motion pictures would do for the eye what the phonograph did for the ear. Thus we find that on October 6, 1889, when they first projected an experimental motion picture in his laboratory, he gave birth to sound pictures as well. Let's watch a short clip of the first movie by Thomas Edison. And as you can see, the movie wasn't very clear. Also in 1895, a device invented by Louis and Auguste Lumiere in France called the cinematography came about. The particular camera was a combination printer, camera, and projector. The first private show for this device was March 1895, and in December of the same year was the first public showing. The first clip by the Lumiere brothers is The Sprinkler Sprinkled. Here's a short version of it. In 1899, George Eastman introduced the first panoramic camera. The camera could take pictures 3.5 by 12 inches on a 35 millimeter roll of film. That same year, Edward Turner would produce a prototype motion picture tricolor system capable of producing blue, red, and green color photographs. The system required 48 frames per second and resulted in being the first system to attempt motion photography in natural colors. Starting in 1916, a motion picture process known as Technicolor was invented and used widely up until 1952. Several improvements would happen during the span of several decades. Starting in the late 1980s was the beginning of digital cinematography as we know it today. Since 1980, we have seen many improvements, such as the ability to film longer scenes along with the use of smaller equipment and smaller crews. I feel that with the use of digital, we will see endless possibilities of things to come.